This is the Parachuting Beavers on True Oddities podcast. In the rugged wilderness of post-war Idaho, where dense forests met crystal-clear lakes and mountain streams, a strange problem was growing. It was 1948. Beavers, those industrious dam-building rodents, had become too successful. In the growing towns around Payette Lake and McCall in northwestern Idaho, beavers were flooding roads, cutting down prized trees in backyards, and turning streets into muddy ponds. Humans were moving in, and the beavers were not giving up their territory without a fight. Trappers were busy, but killing them wasn't the answer. Conservationists wanted to save the beavers and restore them to remote areas where they belonged. Places like the vast, untouched Chamberlain Basin in central Idaho, deep in what is now the Frank Church River of no-return wilderness. But how do you move heavy, stubborn 40-pound beavers into roadless backcountry without roads, without horses that could handle the terrain, and without months of dangerous overland travel? Enter Elmo W. Heder, a clever wildlife conservation officer with the Idaho Department of Fish and Game. He stared at the problem and came up with one of the most bizarre solutions in conservation history. Drop the beavers from airplanes using parachutes. Yes, parachuting beavers. Using surplus World War II parachutes and simple wooden crates, Heder believed he could airlift the animals safely into the wild. It sounded insane. Many laughed, but Heder was determined. First, he needed to test the idea. He found an older, calm male beaver and nicknamed him Geronimo. Over and over, Heder loaded Geronimo into a test box, flew low over a landing field, and pushed the crate out. Each time the box hit the ground, the clever spring-loaded design, two hinged boxes held by ropes with heavy elastic bands, would snap open on impact, releasing the beaver unharmed. Geronimo endured dozens of drops without injury. He became the world's first beaver test pilot. The boxes were specially made, about 30 inches by 12 by 8 inches, with breathing holes sturdy enough for 2 beavers per crate. A parachute was attached, and the whole rig weighed just right, heavy enough to deploy the chute immediately from 500 to 800 feet, light enough for a gentle landing. In the fall of 1948, the real operation began. A small plane took off with crates of live beavers. One by one, they were pushed out the door. Parachutes bloomed against the Idaho sky as the boxes floated down into the remote Chamberlain Basin. On landing, the elastic springs triggered, the lids flew open, and confused but unharmed beavers waddled out to begin new lives, building dams, creating wetlands, and restoring the ecosystem. 76 beavers made the journey, only one casualty, a beaver that forced its way out mid-air and fell to its death. The rest thrived. The program worked so well that it became routine for a few years. A color film called Fur for the Future was even made documenting the drops, footage later lost for decades until rediscovered in 2015 by a fish and game historian and released by the Idaho State Historical Society. That grainy, wonderful film went viral, turning the parachuting beavers into an internet sensation. Why did it matter? Beavers are nature's engineers. Their dams create ponds that support fish, birds, plants, and countless species. In the Chamberlain Basin, the relocated beavers helped restore balance to wilderness areas stripped by earlier trapping and logging. It was creative, low-cost conservation at its strangest. No roads damaged, no long, dangerous treks. Just beavers falling from the sky like furry skydivers. Today, Idaho Fish and Game no longer parachutes beavers. They haven't for over 70 years. But the story remains one of the quirkiest true oddities in wildlife management. It shows what happens when practical minds face impossible problems and choose imagination over tradition. As the last parachute drifts down and the final beaver scurries off to chew its first tree in its new home, we close this chapter of True Oddities. That's episode 2. Next time, we dive into the Kentucky meat shower of 1876, when chunks of raw meat fell from a clear blue sky onto a farm, baffling scientists and sparking wild theories that still puzzle us today. Subscribe, rate the show, and I'll see you in the next bizarre but true tale. Stay odd.